Today, I want to talk to you about your standards. And that word is so subjective. I heard a couple of guys actually on our seniors desk talking, and we're all guilty of this from time to time, some of us more than others. But it's about the standard that you hold yourself accountable to. And what do I mean by that? We always, as human beings, have a tendency that we need to train out of ourselves, which is comparing ourselves to other individuals that are similar to us. It's like when somebody says he earns loads of money. What's loads of money? If you're talking to Elon Musk and you're talking about a guy that you work with and saying that he earns loads of money, I don't think you're going to be in agreement. So we really need to understand, because our words, our self-talk are the most important things, the most valuable assets, habits, behaviours that you will ever adopt in your life. I guarantee you that. So back to this conversation. I could hear them talking about other people and what they're billing, other people in our industry. So we work in the investment industry, and in terms of talking about other brokers, it was understanding, well, look, what is a good number? What's a big number to hit? And these figures are kind of floating about. It's just, okay, why is that a good figure? Why is that a good number for you? Who said it was good in the first place? Did I say it? Did the guy next to you say it? Was it something that you heard? Is it something that you heard when you were out at a social event that that's a big number? Where are we getting these figures actually from? Why is this important in terms of your standards? You have to set your own standard. And I know it sounds cheesy, but the saying, it's you versus you. The best way to do this, because we'll constantly be growing and adapting and wanting to be better versions of ourselves. And a trap that I see a lot of people fall into, they set themselves a target, whether that's health, wealth, or relationship. They hit that target and they get comfortable. And then rather than pushing past it and going to the next level, they sit at that level. And what we find, obviously, the world gets more expensive, you know, nobody's getting any younger. So if you just stick at the same level, you're actually going backwards. So when we talk about standard, and this is a really interesting one, but a lot of people, certainly in business to business, they talk about the industry standard. And it's like, okay, so your level, your baseline, what you're looking to achieve this year, this month, whatever, is in line with the industry standard. And I just thought to myself, if that's your target, if that's your goal, if that's your objective, is that really where you want to be? Do winners, do the elite, do the top 0.1% actually wake up in the morning and say, right, my target today is to meet the industry standard? If that's your target, then that's entirely down to you. But in terms of actually accessing the higher echelons of life, do you really think by meeting an industry standard that's going to be set by what? Somebody within the same industry and somebody that probably has quite a standard way of life. Is that really the master key to accessing the higher level? You need to have a word with yourself. What you need to do, and especially in this conversation the other day, the guys were talking about and comparing themselves to people that were the same as them or people below them. And it's just like when you go to a social event, a family event, whatever it is, and you'll have these yes men around you. It's not so much they're behind you like a team of minions, but you'll catch up with John that you haven't seen since school, or you'll catch up with so-and-so who you haven't seen since you worked together 3 years back or whatever. They ask how you're doing, you share that with them, they're blown away by it, and they're blown away not because you've succeeded at such a high level, but because they've either failed or they've stayed exactly the same. And these people, these individuals, they're not growing at the same pace as you. Their words, their behaviours, their emotions, their reactions are actually holding you back. You need to surround yourself with people that are constantly looking to become better versions of themselves, or you will end up staying exactly the same.